All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the grand finals of the Astronauts Rocket League Community 1v1. Again, we've got our grand finals set up, and that's going to be Mectos going up against Majicbear. And I believe we've got a little poll set up in the chat, too. So you guys can vote on who you think is going to be victorious tonight. Is that going to be Mectos, the seasoned vet for these community 1v1s, or the fresh face Majicbear, who I believe is the first time we've seen him in these grand finals? So you guys can kind of vote on that in the chat. But here's a look real quick at your bracket, the path these players took to find themselves in the grand finals tonight. And since we're in the grand finals, this is going to be a best of 7. So semifinals were best of 5, but tonight grand final is going to be best of 7 between these two players, Mectos versus Majicbear. Pash, any thoughts before we get our grand finals underway here?
I have one rule, and so far this rule has always served me well, and that rule is never bet against Mectos. So, yeah, I think he's definitely the favorite coming into this. Despite Majicbear being top 10 in the global 1v1 leaderboards, Mectos has so many types and kinds of experience and so many different types and kinds of game modes and play styles that he has shown time and time again that even the best that the Rocket League bubble scene and even some pro players, actual RLCS pro players, have to offer is not enough to take him down. He is our pretty much undisputed all-time 1v1 leader for a reason. The only one who ever came close and who he has been, trading blows with was First Killer.
Mm-hmm.
And apart from that, nobody could touch him. And
Yeah.
Majicbear definitely has a bit of a task in front of him. But then again, we've watched Majicbear put on a very convincing performance against Kali. Apart from that game too, where it was very much an eye-to-eye affair, Majicbear came out with pretty convincing wins in the other games. And yes, a large part of that was Kali just kind of gifting him goals plenty of times. But still, he has shown that he knows how to make split decisions. He knows he has shown he knows how to read his opponent, how to adjust to his opponent's play. Mectos has more than enough footage available of him in this very tournament series,
Yeah.
let alone rival series and other bubble tournaments, high-profile tournaments as well, where he just keeps showing up. So there's a lot of information to go on for Majicbear. Will he be able to recall all of that? Will he be able to design a game plan to take down Mectos? I'm not sure, but I know one thing. It's going to take doing that to take Mectos down, because I have rarely seen a player that is so quick on his thinking and so quick on his adjustments as Mectos. And that has always been his huge advantage going into pretty much any match that he contests.
Yeah, I think the one thing that Majicbear kind of, at least going from semifinal number 2, that he kind of has going in his favor is how well he's able to capitalize on mistakes. So, any opportunity that Kali presented for Majicbear to convert that into a goal, he was able to do so. So that might be the one kind of feather in his hat, so to speak, that might come into play here. But like you mentioned, Mectos, so experienced and so talented, definitely the favorite here tonight. But let's get our grand finals best of 7 underway here as we have kickoff number 1.
Yeah, Mectos on blue, Majicbear on orange. This is for the bacon. $800 for the first place player. And right off the bat, a long-range shot, just barely not finding the net, bumping off of the post for Mectos. So looking for an early banger to score here. He's going to try again, this time from the ceiling. Follows the ball all the way down. Majicbear, though, gets the block and will run away with it. And you have mentioned it, Majicbear punishing mistakes. That's a duo that just goes very well together. And he proves it by scoring first against Mectos.
Yeah, so I think, that's the one thing Majicbear kind of has. Like, if Mectos slips up a little bit, he's going to be able to capitalize. But you mentioned it at the top of this grand final too, is that Mectos is just an absolute monster at adjusting.
Mectos jump at the thin air, wraps around it, gets the block though on the goal line, so it's not going to be a 2-goal lead just yet. And now Mectos trying to undercut Majicbear there on his path to the ball. Won't be able to cut the ball towards the net, though. Majicbear still in ball control. Pops it up. Mectos a little late on the contest, and that is goal number 2 for the Majicbear.
Majicbear definitely has got some tricks up his sleeve. Going up against Mectos here. Gets it up and over him. And, you know, semifinal number 1, with how talented we know Mectos is and how prevalent he's been in these Astronauts 1v1s, those were close games against Beast Mode. But there's Mectos able to get that kickoff goal, get himself up on the board, and stop some of that momentum that Majicbear was kind of amassing.
Yeah, that's important. Stop the run before it turns into a sprint.
Right. You might have saw that earlier semifinal and goes, Majicbear's pretty content with going up like 10 goals and getting to double digits. I got to slow things down before it gets out of hand.
Ground pinch from Mectos. A little too predictable for Majicbear. He tries to go up and over. Mectos gonna have to follow him home, and yeah. I mean, good on Mectos to try and go for the pinch, but Majicbear just saw that one coming from miles away and quickly converted. Beautiful flip reset there as well. Adds height to the ball in the exact moment where Mectos expected it the least.
Yeah, great.
Majicbear's here to win money.
Yeah, I mean, $1,000, $800 for first place. A lot on the line. Oh, wow! I think
Mectos couldn't follow that up as he was out of boost, and Majicbear, last second save.
Yeah, Mectos probably thought he had that one dead to rights, but Majicbear came through just enough time to get that one cleared out. And Mectos maybe even paused just a little bit, but here's Majicbear on the offensive. All right, Mectos not going to fall for anything twice there. Majicbear's able to wrap around, see if he can keep this offense going.
Majicbear's doing such a good job at starving Mectos of boost right now. He is forcing him to take detours, to take him towards pads. We'll be able to save this. But yet again, 0 boost on Mectos. Doesn't quite get the angle to cut it, and that might just have been the mistake that costs him the goal here. The fact that he didn't get that touch on the ball while he was on 0 boost. Majicbear pretty much taunting Mectos to finally make a mistake that'll cost him, and it did end up happening. 3 goals now to Majicbear.
Yeah, but like we mentioned, Mectos great at making adjustments. So even though he's down the 3 goals right now, and Majicbear is showing us some great stuff, Mectos still has it in him to adjust. So I expect to see that out of him shortly. But it's going to be up to Majicbear if he can keep pace with those adjustments. Oh, I was going to say that wraparound might have been something a little dirty, but Majicbear realized the situation.
Just like an arrow darting down the middle of the field. Ends up forcing a save out of Majicbear. And it's slow now again, and that's a beautiful little backwards flick to turn it into a 2-goal game.
Yeah, and you know, I love that out of Mectos' play style too, is that he doesn't kind of show all of his cards at once, right? He's very deliberate in kind of the things he's going for, and almost conditions his opponents in a way to be looking for certain things. But then he's got, whoa, wait a minute. Majicbear here.
Good stuff from Majicbear. Really good stuff. That bounce, boom, perfectly taken, and that is dead center of the net.
Absolutely.
And he didn't have a lot of space to make that shot too, because Mectos was directly clashing with it for the ball. So very nice ball control, very nice car control. 3-goal lead now for Majicbear, about to turn into a 4-goal lead as yet again he catches Mectos with his pants down, and this is not something we're used to seeing. Someone just brutally making use of every single mistake that Mectos makes. I mean, in this entire game, Mectos hasn't gotten away with a mistake even once.
Right? Majicbear's been there every time. So, yeah, and you know, we know Mectos is experienced enough to sort of, I don't know, position himself maybe a little bit more favorably. But Majicbear has been doing great of being patient as to like what mistakes and when he goes for. Okay, that finally bounces in.
That was such a... I would have been sad if that hadn't happened, because, again, it was the same kind of play that Majicbear pulled on Mectos earlier, where Majicbear got the flip reset, made Mectos wait for it, and then in the moment Mectos came off the ground, used the second flip that he had just gained to add that little extra height to the ball. And that's exactly what Mectos did this time. Little bit of luck on his side there, that the ball just bounces back and forth between crossbar and ground and ultimately does end up crossing the line. But yeah, that would have been a heartbreaker if that hadn't turned into a goal. Might be able to get another one here. Bounce off of the backboard. Yep, no chance for Majicbear to get back in time. And 2-goal game once more with just under 90 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, Mectos waking up a little bit here, so that 2-goal Majicbear lead can disappear pretty quick against a player like Mectos. So we'll have to see how Majicbear's defense is and kind of how his resilience is against the mounting pressure that Mectos is going to start applying here. Goes up high, ball in the corner. Is Majicbear able to recover his? And so Mectos now cutting this lead down to 1.
And he is just Majicbear trying to set up a ceiling play, and Mectos coming in from the side saying yoink and running away with the ball. That is one thing that Mectos has always been adept at, and that is, you know, if you try plays against him that take a long time, and he's not going to patiently wait for you to complete your play. No, he is going to get in early, and he's going to yoink that ball off of you. And so he did again. 1-goal game now. Demo coming out from Majicbear. Well more than enough time for Mectos to respawn. He's still trailing by 1. There's plenty of time left, and that's a beautiful fake from Majicbear, but he doesn't quite get the touch that he was looking for. Sends it off into the corner. Gets it past Mectos yet again, though. And in it goes. 2-goal lead, 48 on the clock.
So we mentioned kind of how Majicbear is able to capitalize on mistakes, but then on top of that, when he's able to make plays like that and get finishes, that's kind of a whole nother layer now that Mectos has to start considering and potentially start worrying about as the clock ticks away here. But there's another goal out of Mectos, keeping this deficit at 1, but he's got the clock to worry about 2 now.
Yeah, at least he gets his 1-goal deficit straight back. Took him 4 seconds to do it. 4 seconds off the in-game clock. And 44 to score 1 is more than enough time, especially when it comes to ones.
Totally.
To make sure not to make any mistakes, as we have seen that Majicbear will punish those, and he will punish them fast. But here's an all-in from Majicbear. Can Mectos get control of this ball in time? He cannot. Majicbear gets back. Blocks the rebound off the side wall. Mectos keeping the ball up. Off of the backboard. Flips into it just to make sure that Majicbear won't get to run away with it. Majicbear taking away the boost, and then Mectos flying past the ball. Now it's Mectos versus Majicbear with a full tank of boost. Manages to get the ball back into the corner as the seconds tick down. Block coming in from Majicbear.
Oh!
And in! Majicbear with a mistake on the clear. Can't scoop the ball out, and that'll cost him the lead.
Absolute great stuff out of Mectos. Just the perfect little angle that squeaks its way in. Tied up at 7, 5 seconds remaining. Can someone score, or will we see an overtime?
Could be a kickoff goal. That could be a kickoff goal. He's just picked up a pad. He flicks it up into the air. Majicbear with a backflip on the goal line. Contest coming out. Neither of the players will be getting to that ball, and we're in overtime in game number 1.
We've seen Majicbear get a couple of quick goals off of kickoffs before, but that one going to go about even. Just retreats for some boost, has to go up for
it. That's it. He's going to be able to get this. Yep. Game 1 goes to Mectos after all has been said and done. After Majicbear punishing Mectos for mistakes for so many times, and after Mectos trailing for most of this game, he takes it in overtime.
And I think that speaks a lot towards Mectos' experience, and like you mentioned, just how quickly he's able to adjust. So, you know, Kali in semifinal number 2 took him about a whole game to adjust and had to sort of study and analyze Majicbear and what he was going for. But Mectos realized that Majicbear was really trying to capitalize on those mistakes he was making, so Mectos cleans it up a little bit and is able to just grind out a victory in game 1 of this grand final best of 7 in overtime. So big shout outs to Mectos on that one. And Majicbear, though, making Mectos definitely work for it.
Oh, yeah, he absolutely is. But yeah, you kind of need to watch out not to let the momentum swing the other way now, because we've seen it before where Mectos, well, we've seen him lose game 1s before coming back and pretty much dominantly sweeping the rest of the series. Now, he has won game 1, and again, he's shown time and time before that one game of adjustment is usually what he needs to get a solid grip on the game. Now it's up to Majicbear to make sure to switch it up enough to where Mectos doesn't predict what he does too easily.
Right. Yeah, he's got to kind of show something a little bit different towards Mectos, and Mectos is in that frame of mind to kind of be looking for that now, right? He knows that he made Majicbear adjust some things and that he was able to adjust to him. So you have that little bit of the back and forth mind game of who's able to sort of capitalize and adjust and expect what's going to be coming next from their opponents.
So game 2, Mectos up by 1 in the series. Doesn't have to mean much. It's a best of 7. And that's a beautiful bump to start the scoring off in game 2. Tiny bump, big effect.
Yeah. Majicbear not shaken by the game 1 victory from Mectos. Is kind of right back in his face and going for those bumps and going for those goals. So good stuff out of him. Just decides to come out with a little aggression and say, let's just get a little bit of that early lead again and work towards maintaining.
Mectos. Big play. Sending it back home. Block from Majicbear up in the air. Tries to scoop it past the line. Won't be able to do that. Mectos. No boost to run it downfield. Rebound off the backboard. Long range attempt from Majicbear saved. Mectos with a bit of trouble while recovering, but Majicbear not capitalizing on that. Didn't have a clear enough path to the ball. Mectos finding himself very low on boost in the midfield. Picks up the canister. A bit of a standoff on the sidelines as Magic tries to go up and above. Block coming in from Mectos. Stops enough of the ball with momentum to prevent it from going over the line. 1 goal so far on the board. I think the longest stretch of not seeing any goals that we've seen tonight.
Yeah, definitely. Especially between these two players. And, ooh, Majicbear had an opportunity. Oh, nice.
Good recovery. Very well done there. See, goes for the long-range shot from the sidelines. Mectos forced to go up for that, and then Majicbear, before he even sees Mectos go for it, he already prepares to wrap around for the ball, perfectly predicts the touch that Mectos makes, and sends it straight towards the net. That was very well played.
Yeah, great stuff out of Majicbear. I mean, definitely impressing us against a player like Mectos. You know, Majicbear, someone who we don't really see in the semifinals of these 1v1s too much, but oh, baby, Mectos!
Okay. Sure, why not? Just, this is so perfectly placed.
Such a great shot.
Man, that was perfect.
And that's what I think I love about Mectos' 1v1s especially, is he's got so many different little angles and approaches he can make. So here's another one. I think he's going for that bump, but Majicbear there for the save.
Majicbear with a miss, and that'll allow Mectos to wrap around and score.
Big miss out of Majicbear.
To say that was an all-in by Mectos there. Had Majicbear gotten a hit on that ball, that would have been gone. And if he had put that on target, that would have been a goal 100%. But no, doesn't get the touch. We haven't seen Majicbear make many mistakes. But now we know that when he does make one, Mectos will punish him as well. So it's basically just don't make any mistakes in this game, no matter who you are.
Play perfect. Don't worry. All you have to do against one of these players is play perfect, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. Just make no mistakes ever. Just be a demigod in Rocket League.
Yeah.
And then you can win. Wow. 2 goals apiece. Dueling deuces on the scoreboard. Low scoring game for a 1v1 match.
Yeah, especially compared to game number 1.
Slow play. Okay.
Nice.
Playing a little slower than Majicbear expected.
Yeah, just able to kind of carry this one in. And Mectos previously kind of, has been conditioning Majicbear that he's going to be going for those bumps when he's sort of carrying the ball towards the net like that. So Majicbear tries to wait it out, stay on the ground, and Mectos realizes that and is able to just carry that one in and returns fire now off this kickoff to extend his lead to 2.
Yeah, this is a pretty standard Mectos kickoff. Just angle yourself, the ball bounces off the side wall. Go straight for it. Get the reader. It's this textbook. I mean, we don't really have to talk about it too much. What we do have to, or what we should probably talk about is the 2-goal lead for Mectos now.
Yeah.
Which is actually the first time he's been able to take such a lead in the series, because he was only really able to turn the game around in overtime.
Right.
Of the first game of the series, so yeah, plenty of time still left for Majicbear. Pops it left, right, left, sends one slightly off target. No boost to go on now. Gonna have to retreat home. Nice pickup off of the backboard. Mectos sends it off to the sidelines. Majicbear goes for the shot. Mectos with the block. Off into the corner. Majicbear. Little boost to go on, but so is Mectos. It is a quiet game.
Yeah, I think they both did realize kind of that if I make a mistake, the other player is going to be able to capitalize on it. So they're being very conservative with their shots and what they're kind of going for here.
Off to the sidelines once more. Mectos has the wall covered, sends the ball down. High up in the air now. There's Majicbear. The ball pinched off of him towards the zone net, sends it into the corner now. Mectos with the early contest. Lots of pressure coming out from Mectos right now. Majicbear is dealing with it quite well, but any kind of pressure that doesn't immediately end in a play for either of the players will play into the hands of Mectos. But those seconds are precious, and Mectos is known for running down the clock when he needs to. Demo onto Majicbear. Ball is high up in the air. And it just took a little too much time for Majicbear to respawn. I think he respawned just as the ball had hit the apex. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there was nothing that he could have done.
Nope.
That was just a clutch demo at the right time for Mectos.
Yeah, Mectos demos him and sets up for the return goal. So, yeah, I think no matter what happened there, Mectos had that one lined up pretty nicely. So 3-goal lead now for Mectos here in game number 2 of our grand final best of 7. Mectos going to slide up that wall. Ball now centered at midfield. Bouncing slowly towards the sideline. Majicbear can potentially make something happen here, but needs a couple of rapid-fire goals to really do it.
Oh!
And that's going to be one!
Yeah, that's going to do it.
Just
Nice
riding that
wrap around there. Bounce off of the ram, wrap around again, and then send it off to the far post.
Yeah.
Mectos actually gets his hands on it, but not in time. 2 goals, 22 seconds. Goes against the trend of the game, which has been fairly low scoring, but let's be honest here, it's not unheard of in 1v1s.
No.
With 3v3, you would say, okay, that's very tight. And he's also very tight in 1v1s, but all you really need is one good break. But Mectos making sure to not allow that break to happen, and now this is going to be it. Mectos taking home game 2 as well. Won't even let Majicbear get another touch on the ball. Demo to finish it off. The only man standing. King of the hill. Or at least king of Manfield Stadium. Mectos taking home game 2.
Yeah, and that game looked a little bit more like a Mectos 1v1. He never seemed sort of out of control, even if he was down, a goal. Was able to claw it back. Looked very solid, very patient. Didn't look like he was struggling. I think Majicbear game number 1 might have caught him off guard a little bit with that explosive start he had, but game number 2 was very much Mectos in control.
It was, and that's kind of what I've been talking about after game number 1, right? When Mectos comes close to losing, or even does end up losing, we very often see him bounce back and pretty convincingly win the rest of the series. I was talking earlier in game 1 where Mectos has to watch out not to let Majicbear's run turn into a sprint, but now the tables have turned, but on a much grander scale. When in game 1 it was just the game, after game 2 it could very well be the series.
Yeah.
Majicbear has to put a stop to Mectos' march here. You don't want to have 3 match points in a row, no, 4 match points in a row against Mectos.
No, definitely. That's a tough ask for any Rocket League player, and Mectos tries to get this one to bounce in. Unable to do so, but is able to maintain control here. Sending it back down onto the orange side of the pitch. Majicbear in the corner. Tries to knock it away. Mectos was there for a little bit of a block. Majicbear grabbing that boost. Mectos has to backflip for it. Majicbear shot a little bit wide. So we see Mectos on a little bit of the offensive.
The bump. Majicbear just jumping out of the way in time. Up and over. That's going to be a goal.
Nice. So Majicbear able to capitalize on that touch. See here, I think Mectos, was he up for it? Yeah, maybe a little bit slow for it, and then gets bumped by Majicbear with that shot on net. Gonna be Majicbear on the board first here in game number 3 of this grand final.
And Mectos was still recovering from the contest on the wall. Good capitalization from Majicbear to take the board here. Just off the sidewall, early contest from Majicbear. That's going to be another.
Oh,
no, it's not.
crossbar.
Off of the crossbar. Ooh, tough break from Majicbear there. Well, you will get another shot here. Mectos no boost, and that's going to be free for Majicbear. 2 goals now on the board.
Yeah, Majicbear off to one of these hot starts again here in game number 3. Kind of no surprise there. He's seemingly done that all night, really, in a lot of these games. He's just been able to start off so strong and make his opponents really work their way back into the game. Let's see if Mectos can get something here. Majicbear going backwards. Does get a touch on it. Able to knock that one away.
Good control there. We'll pick up the boost here as well. Off the side wall. Scoops it. Tries to get the block mid-air. Doesn't get it. We'll have enough boost to wrap around while Mectos is still running on fumes. Still manages to get the save. Now Majicbear trying to go for the bump onto Mectos. Mectos still able to keep himself under control. Send it off the goal line. Majicbear playing it slow. Early flick. Less of a comfortable save than I expected from Mectos, but it is a save. Too wide on the angle. We'll be able to wrap around in time. Doesn't get a good touch on the ball. Mectos can respawn and take the goal line. There's another flick on the sharp angle, but it bounces off the crossbar. Yet again, tries for another sharp angle, but this time Mectos enough time to get a definitive save. Nearing halftime. 2 goals only on the board, both of them for Majicbear. Slowing down the pace of the game somewhat has worked out beautifully for him.
Yeah, and even that last possession, Majicbear was just able to control the boost in those corners so well. Mectos just forced to stay in his net and hope for an opening. Was finally able to get it. Is he able to flip it past Majicbear here? No, Majicbear's up for the save.
Once a ground gain here for Majicbear. Pick up the ball to the midfield. Pop it up high. Going for the reset. Doesn't quite get the scoop in time. Mectos has that one covered on the goal line, but still Majicbear is spending so much time with every single one of his plays. Mectos finally breaking through, but he won't have an angle for a shot here. The ball rolls up the ramp. Majicbear, despite being on 0 boost, sends it past the midfield line. We'll try to cut Mectos' angle close here. Actually does manage to get the block, but Mectos is quicker on the wraparound and finally gets on the board here with a minute and 34 to spare.
Yeah, it feels like this entire game, Majicbear has had possession of the ball. So good on Mectos of making work of what limited time he was able to actually maintain some possession there to get the goal to cut the lead to 1. So now about a minute 30 remaining here, and Mectos has to tie this one up.
This is good stuff from Majicbear. You've mentioned it. It's pretty much been ball control constantly. Gets the double tap save. off of the attempt from Mectos here as well. Now he might have a shot, puts it wide. Mectos on it regardless. The time is not in Mectos' favor right now. Goes for the flick, but Majicbear read that, blocks it before there's any chance to gain traction. Off to the other corner, 1 minute remaining on the clock.
Just has to make something work here. Majicbear on defense, able to knock it away.
Took too long on that play on Majicbear. Let's come down, flips just before the ball hits the ground, and that's the opening that Mectos has been waiting for, and to make matters worse, even gets the demo. But that was going to be in regardless of the demo. Ties the game up, 41 seconds on the clock. Playing for time is nice, and trying to stay in control is also nice, but kind of have to take more of an initiative at some point.
Yeah. He was doing a great job on defense too, and maintaining that possession on offense. So I understand the mentality of where he was coming from with those plays, but you're kind of starting to play with fire at a certain point if you don't eventually kind of kick it into gear and start going for something. Here we go. Can Majicbear get this one in? There it is. Majicbear takes the lead now with 21 seconds remaining in Game 3.
Well played again. Baits Mectos into a contest that isn't really what he wanted. An open go on the net. 1 goal lead, 21 seconds. And here's where the control-based play of Majicbear in this game could come out huge for him. Wins the kickoff as well. That'll give him a lot of ball control. Even another attempt at target. Puts it high off the backboard just to stay in ball control, making the seconds tick down. Now he gives up control to Mectos. 10 seconds left to spare. Shot on target blocked off the backboard. Mectos looking to gain control, but Majicbear puts it out of reach. Bounces off of the ramp, hits the ground, and Majicbear takes the game, prevents himself from being put on match point.
Yeah, so that's great stuff out of Majicbear there. I mean, just the control he was able to display. I think there was like one offensive play out of him that seemed to last, I don't know, forever, like a minute 30, where he was just shot after shot, had both corner boosts timed out, just forced Mectos to stay in net and try to defend with just, pads. So the great stuff out of him is able to take that game, and that's a big game to take, especially in a best of 7.
Absolutely. This was good stuff from Majicbear. Completely switching up the pace of the game. The result of it is the lowest scoring game we've seen tonight.
Yeah.
With just five goals scored. That's a threes score line. Like we talk about so often that ones have just so many goals flowing in left and right. But 3-2 is actually a bit of a rarity in ones.
And just even in that game, you saw like the pure patience out of both players. Majicbear, another quick one though here in game number 4, getting on the board early. Something he's been doing so often tonight.
Yeah, take the lead early and then hold on to it for as long as you possibly can. It's been working out beautifully.
Yeah.
For Majicbear in game 3, so
why not go with the same strategy, right?
Yeah, why try to fix what's working? Oh, good attempt on the ankle there. Saw a little bit of black on that ball already. Mectos playing it slow here as well. I think Majicbear go at it, but Majicbear go at it he will, throwing himself into the fray, sending the ball straight back to the blue half of the field. Trying to keep control. Mectos goes past him now, picks up the boost as well. Majicbear will pick up his own corner boost and then wrap around to go for the save, and now he has an opportunity off the side wall. Great ball control there. Gets the block on Mectos. Ball is killed dead, and that'll allow Majicbear to push it over the line.
So this is similar to game number 3, where Majicbear has that quick 2-goal lead, and yeah, just able to put himself in these great positions against Mectos, even though he's able to get the initial block, kills the ball dead.
The way he angled his car there made sure that no matter what Mectos did, that ball would always be killed dead. He was like playing a vertical wall for that car, blocking it with the entirety of his underside. So much area to block with there. And he's going to get a third goal here as well. 3-goal lead from Majicbear. This is working out huge for him right now.
Just playing absolutely so solid, and It's interesting to see like kind of a little transition between game 1-2 to game 3. Majicbear kind of just capitalizing on mistakes and looking for openings, but now he's able to transition into making a lot of great offensive plays and plays that set himself up in these fantastic positions.
We see 4-0 here. Yep, that's it. 4-0. Majicbear is starting to sprint.
Yeah, I'm almost at a loss because you said it at the beginning. You never bet against Mectos, and I went all in, and now it looks like I'm going to be walking away with empty pockets here.
Okay.
We will investigate this and see what's going on. So Majicbear off the kickoff.
Yeah,
is
it looks like
stop.
Mectos is kind of dead right now. It's not moving off of his spot whatsoever.
Yeah, so we'll see. We'll investigate what could potentially be going on. It sounds like potential game crash for Mectos. So we'll investigate that. We'll get the lobby kind of rebuilt. And yeah, just bear with us here. Is in game number 4. We seem to have run into a little bit of a technical issue. So yeah, Majicbear has some great momentum. He's got the 4-goal lead. Mectos appears to be back in the game. So we'll see what's up, kind of how we're going to resume from here, because he seemed to have either DC'd or game crashed, and he's back in it. It looks like we're going to just play it out. And we'll assume that this action means we're good to go. So we're just back in game 4. I think we're good. I think it was just a little...
They have been offered to reset at 3:45 on the game clock and 0-4, but it looks like they're perfectly happy to keep this playing out. So if they don't want to drop their momentum, then we're not going to force them to.
Totally.
They're happy at keeping this going. That's like 30 seconds off the clock.
And they'll just say, yeah,
we'll keep
play.
the show running.
Majicbear
will get his goal back.
Majicbear for sure is keeping the show running tonight, because he's, I think, surprising a lot of people. I wasn't sure in semifinal number 2 with the 3-0 sweep. We saw some of his play style, some of what he was able to bring to the table, but in 3 games you don't see a lot. Now being up 4 goals over Mectos in a grand final, that kind of speaks volumes, I think, on Majicbear's behalf.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Rarely do you see someone take such a commanding lead over Mectos. And he's not done yet. I mean, that is 30 seconds off the clock, but again, the players have been offered to reset. They seem to be perfectly happy to just play this out. Mectos will take it back to a 3-goal lead. Beautiful block there.
Yeah.
To just completely open up the scoring lane for himself. 2 minutes and 8 are still left. And 3 goals is definitely more than doable in that time. But Majicbear seems to be, yeah, I've said it early in the series. He's here to win some money.
Absolutely. $800 going to first place tonight. So, yeah, give it all you got. There's the demo coming on to Mectos, stopping that offense. Now Majicbear has a chance for a goal here. Just cross it up. Not much going to develop from that play, but gets back around, forces Mectos to get on it.
It's a beautiful block from Majicbear. Mectos still ending up with ball control here. Late flick from him. Majicbear does get the save. Pops it up into the air. Just going to race for that ball, trying to get the angle. Bounces off the post there. Majicbear will keep it in the corner. Sends one on target now. Mectos will be able to cut this one. Time's not on his side right now. He needs to score, and he's going to do it soon. Mectos. Oh, beautiful shot. Goes for the far post. No chance for Majicbear to adjust to that. Great recovery from Mectos. Nice little wraparound, a touch to get the ball in position, and then boom, side flip for the far post as Majicbear was making his way towards the mirror. 2-goal game, just under a minute.
Yeah, Majicbear's, in a fairly good position to potentially tie up this series. But Mectos, I mean, 50 seconds in a 1v1 is some time remaining, but yeah, great save out of Majicbear
quite
there.
find the net, but yeah, no way for Mectos to recover in time. He was just completely stuck at the post, and then he realized, okay, I'm not gonna get there in time.
Yeah, I'm out of this one.
So the 2-goal deficit turns back into a 3-goal deficit.
I was gonna say,
yeah. Time's not gonna get added to this clock, so.
Right. It's a very tough position for Mectos to be in. Majicbear tries to put that one over. Going to be wide. Wraps back around. Mectos has to recover. Flips up and in.
Beautiful, beautiful. Majicbear just waiting for Mectos to move out of position, and then a high flick as Mectos was trying to go for the contest. And Mectos letting himself get baited plenty of times here in this series so far. We're going to have a tied series after this, 2 games apiece. Long air dribble off the crossbar as Mectos blocks it. But the game is still over.
Yeah.
He's not going to score 4 in 10 seconds to try to go for a turtle
Needs
goal
to hit
there.
a 3-pointer. Only way he's coming back, and they haven't added that in, so.
Wrong sport, I think.
Yeah.
Hoops. Maybe if this was hoops, but yeah, no, we're on DFH Stadium. This is soccer, as the game so likes to call it. As a European who hates the S word, I'm not quite sure. It's called football, okay? Anyway, let's not get into that. Yeah, 2-2.
Another time, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, 2-2 in the series. As Majicbear ties things up, and yeah, we're gonna go to at least a game 6.
Yeah, so great stuff out of Majicbear, just kind of clawing his way back into this one. I mean, Mectos took the first 2 games and had all the momentum in the world, but that low-scoring game number 3, that 3-2 victory for Majicbear, tipping things in his favor. So, you know, if you're Mectos in this situation, we talk about how adaptable he is and the different looks he's able to throw at his opponents, but Majicbear seems to be doing kind of the same thing. We saw that he was able to capitalize on mistakes, and that was kind of what brought him back into some of these games, but then he was able to get just control the pace of play, control possession for like minutes at a time, and now he's getting offensive with it too, so he's keeping Mectos guessing just as much. But here we go, Mectos with a quick kickoff goal, first on the board in a while for him, so we'll see what he has in store for us here in game number 5.
Yeah, good point, actually. It has been a while since we've seen Mectos score a kickoff goal. Like, that was also one of the things that Collie was really struggling with, because Majicbear got plenty of kickoff goals, while Collie got barely any of them.
Right.
And they are much more of a factor in this series. Sharp angle. Off the post. Good attempt. Gonna try again. Wraps around. Block coming out from Majicbear. And off into the corner we go. Pops it up. Goes for the reset. Makes Majicbear flip it to thin air. This ball's going to come down in front of the net. Both of the players jump past it. But Mectos will have the third laugh. And the last one here as well as he scores for 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Majicbear just realized after he flipped past that one, it was kind of trouble for him, as Mectos gets 2 quick goals now, as Majicbear actually did in the previous game. So now Mectos waking up a little bit here at the start of game number 5. We'll have to see if he can keep this going, though.
Up in the midfield. Mectos with, just an attempt. He really didn't have anything better to do from that position. But, okay. Gets caught completely off guard by Majicbear there. The ball comes off the post, and Mectos doesn't really realize, damn, he can actually do something with this. And by the time he does, ball was up and over.
Yeah, just send it at the net sometimes. Sometimes it'll just go in. So there's Majicbear's first goal up on the board. Majicbear again up with it, gonna tie it up quickly.
Jeez. Okay.
Majicbear.
So a kickoff goal. Mectos doing his best to get there in time, but Majicbear winning out there. Not much Mectos could have done in that situation. But once again, Deuce is wild on the scoreboard. Plenty of time left. Whoever wins this is on match point. Take home $800. They don't have to share it with anyone. Mectos break away for the 1-goal lead.
So there we go. Mectos getting the 1-goal lead, like you said, but man, it's really no guarantee throughout this entire series. It's tough to predict either way which way it's going to go. Is it going to be a kickoff goal from Majicbear? Is it going to be Mectos with a disgusting angle? Both of these players just throwing so many different looks here tonight.
Oh.
There's Mectos with one hell of a look, driving that one home.
Yeah, up the wall, uses his foot to push it forward, and then contests the block from Majicbear beautifully, leads the ball past him and into the net. Another 2-goal lead picked up for him, but the last one didn't really live for long. Majicbear making his way back with 2 quick successive goals. It looks like Mectos is perfectly fine now with adapting to the slow pace that Majicbear has been starting to set in the past 2 games that were elemental in getting him these wins. That goes back to what we were saying about Mectos' remarkable ability to adjust to whatever playstyle their opponents choose. Another slow play, good attempt from Majicbear. Lots of speed gotten off of that shot. Very little momentum on his car, and that one's going to wrap around, and he slammed into the net.
Yeah, just a great read by Majicbear, too. I mean, Mectos knocking that one away, but Majicbear just in the perfect position to turn that into a goal. Cuts the lead to 1 as we're 1 second under 3 minutes here. Game number 5 kickoff.
Not fast enough of a shot. Pops it up. Tries to lead it in. Goes for the bump, Mectos. Didn't even have to move out of the way. The aim a little bit off on Majicbear there. Make sure that Mectos won't be able to just carry this one across the line. Pinch off of the side wall in front of the net. Good, important touch by Mectos. Send it off into the corner.
Oh,
Majicbear will just beautifully wrap around, keep control of the ball all the way through, and send it into the net, and that's another 2-goal lead gone.
yeah, Mectos almost chasing that one around, not realizing Majicbear had enough control to dribble it around on his wrap and ties it up at 4s.
We're just at half-time right now, so there's so much time left in this game for things to turn around for either of the players. Full boost from Majicbear. Took a little bit too long on that and pretty much gives up the goal.
I think
Early and decisive contest from Mectos.
Yeah, I think that's what Mectos kind of needs right now, to get just a little bit aggressive. You know, like, Majicbear has kind of forced Mectos to play this more sort of patient style, and I don't know if he's letting Majicbear kind of set up his offense a little bit too much, but catching him off guard with some aggression like that might sort of work its way in Mectos' favor here.
And all of his boost for that play will pick up the corner boost now, and Majicbear sneaks it past him. Doesn't even follow it all the way through. Exactly, that Mectos had no chance at saving it, and that's another lead gone. Majicbear will just not let Mectos hold on to his leads.
No, he's got all the answers. Every time Mectos, and even, at least from my perspective, right, you see Mectos, okay, he's in his groove, like he's going to get something going here. And then Majicbear either has the shutdown or the answer goal just almost immediately.
Mectos, late flick off the crossbar, unlucky there. Retreats back home, shot fired on target. Wise decision from Mectos to go for that second touch there. Another shot fired on target. The exact same situation, pretty much repeating itself on the other half of the pitch. Both players now full on boost. Ball is popped high, Majicbear saving that one. On the side wall now. Sends it outfield. Crosses to the other sideline. Just keeps Mectos running after the ball. And he's had plenty of success with this tactic before because of situations like this one, where Mectos thinks he has an attempt, with Mectos thinks he has a block, he has a contest, but just doesn't. And Majicbear is an open net to score on. Just make Mectos run after the ball. Eventually he'll lose patience and just go all in for it. And more often than not, Majicbear has won out there.
Yeah, totally. He's just almost like whittling Mectos down with his, possession of the ball, and Mectos maybe gets impatient. There's a big kickoff goal early for Majicbear. I mean, Mectos had a 2-goal lead at the start of this game, but man, Majicbear just stays so patient, capitalizes on mistakes exactly when he needs to, and kind of whittles Mectos' defense down until he's able to get a couple of quick goals and regain the lead.
So 2 2-goal leads have been made good by Majicbear. Now it's Mectos' time to do it, and he is already halfway there. That was just a beautiful play, just slowing it down.
Yeah.
Cheeky little touch number 1. And that gives the ball the momentum it needs to stay clear of Majicbear's path. Great patience on that play.
Yeah, great stuff out of Mectos. He sets himself up, needs 1 goal to tie it up here at 7s. It's what we saw in game number 1 to force that overtime. Will we see that other goal here now?
Well, he has 30 seconds to score it. At the same time, he has to prevent Majicbear from putting another one on the board. Uh-oh.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was all dependent on whether Majicbear gets the second touch there, and he did. Mectos overcommitting on that contest, and then Majicbear jumping over Mectos to get his hands on the ball and gets his 2-goal lead back. We have 17 seconds left on the clock. That was a beautiful shot from Majicbear. Mectos going to try to reverse into this. 12 seconds remaining. Majicbear gets a save. Mectos has to score within the next few seconds to do anything here, but he won't be able to do that. No, this is it.
Yep.
This is it. Majicbear will go on match point against Mectos, and I can't remember the last time when Mectos made a final and then lost it, so this could be huge.
Yeah, it's something I certainly wasn't expecting going into this. You always sort of want to root for the underdog a little bit, but I think you're always surprised when the underdog actually does it. So Majicbear has been able to swing this series back in his favor. I mean, Mectos went up the first 2 games on him in this best of 7. But Majicbear almost mirroring the way his play style is just patiently working his way back in this series, and is now on match point against Mectos.
He certainly is. This could be the final game of the night. Either that or we're going to game 7.
Either way, it's exciting.
The pressure is on. Absolutely, the pressure is on Mectos right now. I'm pretty sure everyone was expecting him to win coming into this. Now he's 1 game away from losing. Game number 6 is underway. Who will take home the money? Majicbear with a chance to do it right here and right now. Pops it up into the air, just underneath the crossbar and in. And Majicbear opens up the scoring here.
Majicbear again off to a quick start, an early lead. Mectos was there to contest it, but the double tap off the roof of that car secures that goal for Majicbear. I'd be interested to see. I didn't have chat up while we did that poll, but I wonder what the percentage was. Okay, here's Mectos, a quick answer off the kickoff. And I wonder what the percentage was, or what that vote, that tally was.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It would be great to see the statistics on that. But as it stands, Mectos playing for everything right now. Ball is high up, goes for it. Far post shot, Majicbear stops it. Off the side wall. Off the backboard. Doesn't really have a lot to worry about right now. This Majicbear pops it up high. Mectos making his way towards home. Majicbear has his flip. Puts it off the post. That would have been in, but because that wasn't all in play, Mectos will be able to run away with it. But man, had he not hit the post there, Mectos would have had no chance of blocking it.
Right. Kickoff now. Mectos with the 1-goal lead. We approach the 4-minute mark. Mectos opting to slow it down again. Tries to pop it up past Majicbear. Sends this one wide, but Majicbear there to knock it away.
Oh,
and the response. Majicbear tying it up at 2s.
So 60% of the chat apparently thought that Mectos was going to win this, which is less of a percentage than I thought.
Yeah, I'm actually
still
surprised.
The majority. It is
Yeah.
still the majority, but yeah, lots of people thinking that Majicbear has a shot against Mectos before this whole series even began.
And I guess rightfully
you
so.
know, yeah, exactly. Rightfully so. We are tied at 2.
Majicbear here.
And just like close matches in the semi-final matchup of Mectos against Beast Mode have usually favored Mectos. In this series, it's the other way around. Close games generally tend to favor Majicbear in this.
Yeah.
Apart from the first game that ended in an overtime.
Right.
Usually when it's blow for blow, then Majicbear is the one to land the final blow. Mectos gets his lead back here, but I mean, let's not forget, in the last game, he was up by 2 for twice.
Yeah.
And Majicbear, both times, made up the deficit and then ended up taking the game. So 1 goal won't be enough for Mectos. He won't have time to rest on his laurels here. He needs to keep the offense going.
Yeah, it's sort of one of those things against Majicbear. He seems to be able to claw his way back no matter what. There's an opportunity, but great recovery from Majicbear to get that saved. I think that's what's interesting about Majicbear's kind of gameplay too, is whether it's a high-scoring game like we've seen, or if it's that 3-goals-to-2 game. He seems comfortable in a lot of situations.
He certainly does. Working out so well for him in the series so far. Mectos, no boost whatsoever. Still going in deep. I'm lucky that Majicbear doesn't send this one down Main Street, because I'm pretty sure that any ball with moderate speed Mectos wouldn't have been able to catch up to.
Yeah.
Even with running over all the pads and flipping whenever he can. He's going to have to watch out not to set up a shot for Majicbear here. Does it well. Has to have time. 1 goal has the advantage right now for Mectos, but 1 goal may as well be none goal. Demo onto Mectos. We'll be able to respawn and try to contest this, but it will leave a lot of space to Majicbear.
Wow.
He makes use of that, goes for an early flick from the midfield, straight into the net, and we're tied at 3.
Just so many impressive decisions out of Majicbear throughout that entire string of events. The recovery, going for the demo, knowing the positioning to grab boost and then recover, and then just a simple little flick up to get the goal to tie at 3s with the 2-minute warning here. I gotta say, I'm impressed, and we'll have to see if Majicbear can potentially close out this grand finals here.
Well, as it stands, he's 1 goal away from doing that. About 1 goal in a minute and 47. Mectos long-range shot, no boost, yet still aggressively follows the ball up. Still stays in it. Mectos knows very well what he can do with the amount of boost that he has. Angled attempt from Majicbear is saved. Any goal at this point could be the winner with how low scoring the games in the series have generally been.
Yeah.
Majicbear, good ball control, keeps it on his nose.
Oh,
it all the way into the net. What a play from Majicbear. Beautiful stuff.
This goal out of Majicbear, absolutely monumental. The 1-goal lead now over Mectos, but the offensive pressure, it's like he times his shot attempts with when that opposite boost is going to be coming up, just to keep Mectos at bay. Absolutely impressive stuff out of Majicbear here tonight.
He's going to try again. This time, Mectos flying in from the ceiling. 60 seconds. He's got that one goal that I was talking about. Now he just needs to somehow run down the clock. Maybe get another goal. But this would be the first time in a long time that Mectos lost a grand final in Astronauts 1v1 competition. This could be monumental right here and right now. 38 seconds. Majicbear playing slow plays. Of course he's playing slow plays. You want to force Mectos to come at you. Try to deal another chink to that armor that is already pretty riddled in chinks.
I love the approaches Majicbear is taking too on offense, just stalling out that clock. Mectos does get the demo here.
13 seconds, gets the block. That's
Nice
the final
touch.
10 seconds on the clock, and Majicbear will have this goal right here.
That's
It's a 2-goal lead with 7 seconds on the clock. This might be it.
Mectos needs a Christmas miracle to bring this one within overtime range.
Yeah, 2 kickoff goals. That's
your answer.
That's what he needs. That's what he needs.
Yeah.
So here's number 1. Can he get the kickoff goal? No, of course not. Majicbear knows that Mectos needs 2 kickoff goals. And that is it.
That's
Majicbear doesn't even need 7 games for it. He takes down the, to this point, undisputed champion of Astronauts 1v1 competition. They're going to try to keep this ball alive for as long as possible. Of course they are, but
Yeah.
it won't change a thing.
Absolutely great stuff out of Majicbear, the grand finals winner. He's going to be walking away with they're gonna make us talk for a while now. We'll just do the whole closing while these guys are bouncing it around. So Majicbear gonna be walking home with $800 tonight. There's the touchdown, the official screen
official.
that declares it so. Majicbear, your Astronauts Community 1v1 winner tonight, taking down the Titan that is Mectos.
Yep. Fantastic. Fantastic game. Fantastic series. That was great on so many different levels for Majicbear. Mectos, pretty much right out of the gate, Majicbear made a statement that this is not going to be easy. I'm not going to be a pushover. And Mectos, we've seen this time and time again. I've talked about this earlier in the series where he will drop game 1 and then just completely sweep the rest of the series.
Yeah.
This was not the case this time around because Majicbear, there's a reason he's top 10 in Global One's competition.
Right?
He can adjust just as well, if not better, than many of the players he's played here tonight. And between Majicbear and Mectos, the way that their playstyles interchanged, the way their playstyles changed over the course of the match, and they both tried to force the other player to adjust to them instead of doing it the other way around. In the end, Majicbear with the edge, and that was beautiful. That was absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
Kudos.
Absolutely. Got to give big props to all of our, competitors tonight. They all played amazing, but it was Majicbear who came out on top as your Astronauts Community 1v1 tonight. So he's taking home $800, but there is the path he took to get here, taking down some absolute titans along the way, and knocks down Mectos in grand finals for that W. So Majicbear wins that $800 tonight. But of course, Mectos, for the runner-up finish, going to be taking home $200 tonight as well.